The San Diego Padres are favorites for Roki Sasaki? Yeah, you heard that correctly. One of the biggest Japanese media outlets has labeled the San Diego Padres as favorites for the superstar pitcher. When everyone thought he was going to the Dodgers, the Padres have found themselves in the mix. He still hasn't signed yet, but he has been posted, and the Padres have a legitimate chance. So we'll break that down and much more on this episode of 3 Up, 3 Down. Welcome in, everybody, to 3 Up, 3 Down. I'm your host, Peter Vryonis, and today we're going to be breaking down the Roki Sasaki sweepstakes. And we got some more news coming out just as soon as early this morning about him potentially going to the Padres. But before we get into the video, I want to let you know that a large percentage of you watching these are not subscribed to the channel, so go ahead and hit that sub button. But let's not waste any time. Let's take a look at the report that did come out just early this morning. Biggest newspaper in Japan says Roki is a Padre. Says he is closer to Yu Darvish than anyone else and considers him his childhood idol. Preller, please make it happen, my man. And just to put it into perspective, so obviously, he's not going to sign during the 2024 international signing pool day or whatever. He's going to sign for the 2025 period, which gives the Padres a significant advantage over the Los Angeles Dodgers. Not by too much, but you see the Dodgers all the way at the bottom, which would be the allocated money that they could spend, and they would probably have to spend it all on Sasaki. And then the one on the right, the number on the right, would be the number of dollars that the Chiba Lotte Marines would get. So they would get just over $1 million from the Dodgers, whereas if he were to sign with the Padres, as they are in the third tier over there, they would get $1.25 million, and they would be able to offer $6.26 million to Sasaki himself. So that is a pretty big change, especially for a guy who is going to be coming in on a discount and may not get the big deal right away because he was being posted a little bit earlier on in his career. So he's not. I don't think he's going to get Yamamoto money here right off the bat, but just that extra $1 million could be a difference. And the fact that he is very close with Yu Darvish, I think that plays into the hands of the San Diego Padres. Yu is 39 years old. He's clearly in the twilight of his career, but he pitched really well in the playoffs. And maybe him just mentoring Sasaki for a couple of years before he maybe joins the Padres front office. Who knows? I mean, that is entirely possible. But Roki is rumored to be going to the Padres. Everyone said the Dodgers, because obviously they have the two best Japanese players in the league right now, but he respects Darvish more than anybody in baseball. So that could be the swaying factor. That could be the determining factor. And Yu Darvish in his ear and telling him that, this is the right place to be, maybe that might sway him. And the Padres do have money. They are going to try to cut payroll, of course, but bringing in Roki Sasaki will unlock an entirely new fan base, sort of like it did with Shohei Ohtani and the Los Angeles Dodgers. Like, that is just the way that it works with these Japanese megastars, and that is what Sasaki is. He's a Japanese megastar, and this is what Jeff Passan had to say. Sasaki is close with right-hander Yu Darvish, whose team, the San Diego Padres, figures to be a potential landing spot. So pumping the brakes a little bit there is Jeff Passan, but I think the Padres have a legit shot at Roki Sasaki, mainly because of how close Sasaki and Yu are. Share the same agent. Darvish helps Sasaki develop his slider. It's well documented that Darvish has been a huge mentor for him, which is obviously great to see if you're a Padre fan. And then J. Lou 50 on why the Padres would be a great fit for Sasaki. This was on MLB Network Radio. Yu Darvish commands about as much respect as any Japanese-born player in the modern era. So it's kind of an open-ended tweet right there, but everything that I'm seeing is linking him to San Diego because of the respect that he has for Yu Darvish. So if the Padres want to get this done, they got to be all in. They got to be all in, because I'm sure the Dodgers will be. I'm sure other teams will be, because he's a generational level talent on the mound. 102 miles an hour, wipeout slider, just a splitter that falls off the table. That is very hard to find. So Roki is one of those guys. It's hard to find. It is hard to find his combination of control, of power pitching, of just stuff in general. He is an unbelievable pitcher, and he's going to get paid as such, but maybe not right away, which could work in the advantage of the San Diego Padres. I mean, Shohei could have easily went to the Dodgers right away when his career first started, but he decided to go to the Angels. I don't know why, but that was the choice that he ultimately made. So maybe Sasaki ends up a Dodger one day, but my money is on him starting as a Padre and loving it there, and just falling in love with the city and the fan base, which is so electric. The fan base, I feel bad for them, because this was their year. I really thought that this was their year, and they shouldn't kind of roll back. They should keep going forward. They should try to keep adding pieces despite some of their payroll problems. I'm not saying to indebt yourself just to try to build a winner and beat the Dodgers, but you have an opportunity here, and this will bring you a lot of financial stability off the field, having a Japanese star alongside Yu Darvish. Yu Darvish kind of like the old school guy, and then you have this new guy coming in who is, going to be another vessel for those Japanese fans to really partake with. So I think this is the right move for Sasaki. I think this is the right move for the Padres, and you cannot let the Dodgers get him. It's as simple as that. I think your team is good enough to compete with the Dodgers, but if they get Sasaki, then it is going to be extremely hard for you to be able to accomplish anything against them. They're World Series champs for a reason. They were the best team in baseball, especially in the postseason, and the Padres had their opportunity to knock them out, but they just couldn't capitalize on those opportunities. So what happens? I mean, the Dodgers go all the way, they win, and the Padres were the second best team in baseball, but did not get rewarded for it. And it's as simple as that. And now if you add Sasaki to the mix for Los Angeles, then things get a lot more complicated, and I think it's a runaway that the Dodgers are going to be favorites for not just next season, but for years to come as well. But that'll wrap it up for this episode of 3 Up, 3 Down. Thanks, guys, for making it this far. Really appreciate all the support. And let me know in the comments down below. Do you want to see the San Diego Padres sign Roki Sasaki? Let me know down below, and I'll see you all tomorrow. Go Padres.